Welcome back to On the Road Again. Today we're heading to Gulgong, a small town in Midwestern New South Wales. Historically, it was one of the main gold mining areas in New South Wales after gold was discovered in 1870. Gulgong grew very rapidly at that time, but it has managed to maintain its historical identity. The main street, which oddly enough is called Mayne and spelt Mayne, is interesting to walk along and in some ways even more interesting to drive because of its narrow design, as you'll soon see. Most of the buildings in Gulgong are heritage listed, and many of the buildings date way back into the 1800s. It has the classic awnings and the pubs have their verandas. If possible, drive up slowly. There's plenty to see and it's a very easygoing little drive. Henry Lawson, the famous bush poet, spent a lot of his early life in Gulgong. Most of the main street is covered with traditional Australian style awnings to protect both from the sun and rain when it falls. Henry Lawson is probably the most famous adopted son of Gulgong and was featured on the original $10 note, as well as photographs taken by Holtermann, which were used to be part of the design of the background. The greatest wonder of the world building is actually the Holtermann Museum, and you can go in there and see some marvellous photographs of the old gold diggings, photographic tools, the wagon for processing film, and the old Gulgong. There's quite a lot of information about the old wet plate collodion process as well as the wonderful photographs. The staff are very helpful and informative. I just love the way they've maintained the history of the place with the wrought iron features and the street lights. They've really tried to maintain a lot of the history. Pretty much the whole town is heritage listed, with many of the buildings dating way back into the 1800s. A beautiful little town. As we continue up the street, we come to the famous Prince of Wales Opera House. If the Opera House craft store next door is open, they'll give you access to the theatre so you can go on a self-guided tour and you can wander around for a few minutes and just check out the old theatre. It is still an active theatre and performances are held here from time to time. The Prince of Wales Hotel next door offers meals and drinks, and it is a fully functioning pub. It's worth spending a little time wandering around the back streets of Gulgong. If you head up to the information centre on top of the hill, there is also a gold mining experience you can go on certain days of the week. There is a variety of accommodation available in Gulgong. I camped out in the Showground, which is accessible to RVs, caravans and tents. The Showground's also a good spot for sunset photographs. Don't forget to like and subscribe so you can see more of my travels. And as the sun sinks slowly in the west, we bid a fond farewell to the beautiful historical town of Gulgong.